are now watching the Motivated for More podcast. My name is Brennan Ray. We are going to talk about some real, raw... Yo. Oh. Come sit down and find out. Come sit down and find out. Something like that. That's my boy Anthony. Yeah. Yeah, we're about to get to it. Yeah. Yeah. You have no idea what we're about to talk about. We're about to get to it. This is the Motivated for More podcast. Put the headphones on. Let me know if you can hear my voice. Check, 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 check.
Yo, that sounds fire.
Yeah. Welcome. This is my partner in crime, best friend, Anthony Scrafano. Man, you've held it down for me in the hardest of times. You've helped me in the best of times. I'm very honored to have you on this podcast for the first one because we're going to run it up with multiple guests, and you're going to be here right with me.
Bro, I know we talked about this, but I think you were dead ass.
Nah, I'm dead ass. We here.
Bro, this is fire.
We here. Welcome. We have a lot to talk about, bro.
Yeah.
We have a lot to talk about.
What's good?
Here we are.
So, like, this is real. We're on a podcast right now.
Yeah.
Okay. What
are we doing this thing?
I don't know.
You run a business, right?
Yeah.
I run a business?
Yeah.
Where? We can start with that.
Okay.
What business do you run? Exactly. Tell the people about that. Because I know. I see it every day.
I'm in the hospitality industry.
Okay.
Started off as still is. The biggest one is the Valet Parking Company. I'm the owner of Express Valet Parking alongside of my business partner, Rafael Krupa. That man is absolutely insane.
Great dude.
Yeah, and then we have some other endeavors going on. We're getting into security. And I'm not going to get into anything else.
Yeah.
We're getting into security right now.
You're doing a lot right now, bro.
A couple of things that are in the motions, but yeah.
One thing I know about you, and I see every day, I mean, we live together, we have a house together, we do life together. You work very hard for what you want and, you know, what you have currently.
I can drink this, right?
Yeah, that water's for you. Stay hydrated. No ads. No ads during this. This is just we took the brands off. No ads. Okay. You got to pay for that. Word. But you work hard day in and day out, bro. You work 14, 15-hour days, 7 days a week. And that is honestly what we want to preach to people watching this podcast is like you have to put the work in to get what you want out of life. Yeah. This shit is not easy. Like you are not going to get this handed out in a silver platter. And if you do, let me know. Because I need to get tapped in with you. But a lot of people do have those family dynamics that they're able to, they have that family business or they have that father that's able to put $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 in the bank account. We did not. We had to make that shit happen from zero.
Well, let's not twist that. We have really good parents, but.
Yes. They taught us a lot, which made us realize that we have to work for what we want and we have to make shit happen. And we have to be honest while doing it. Integrity, honesty, loyalty, all of those pillars.
Your parents, you're a reflection of your parents.
Yeah.
The same way in business, your employees are a reflection of you. It's rinse, rinse, repeat.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful for my parents, man. I feel like I have dream parents. And I'm not just saying that's like brag or anything like that, but like, man, I can go home any time of the day and my mother is the greatest woman on this planet. I would go to ends meet.
Mind you, she cooks some great food.
Oh my God, phenomenal cook. And everybody's gonna say that about their mother, but no, I'm telling you, everybody that eats my mother's food is just like obsessed with my mother the second after. Right. But on the other hand,
I remember the one time I went over your house to eat, bro. Like there was just 8 different dishes in front of my face, and I didn't know what to do. Like I was like, you can't. All right, am I supposed to eat all of this?
Yeah, no.
And if I don't eat all of this, is it gonna be disrespectful?
Yeah,
and
she feels some type of way.
She was tight.
She was. You can't go. You could come to my house and you could, or my mother's house. I don't live there anymore, obviously. But like you go, if you come over my house, like you're not allowed to leave until you eat. My mother is like purebred Italian. Like you walk in, you have to eat. And if what she has and nothing, she will start cooking. You like pancakes? You're getting pancakes.
The quickest way to get to 250.
No lie though. I mean, it's real life. I mean, my mother was a bartender for 30 years. My father was a musician. But my father started managed service companies for information technology for computers and whatnot. He started that I think like mid 30s, late 30s, early 40s. to support us because obviously the music wasn't paying enough.
Right.
But having parents like that was detrimental to who I am and what I've become and doing right by people. I feel like the biggest thing that they've influenced in my life is creating real relationships with people, like real relationships, right? Because if you have good relationships with the people that you're in business with or the people that work for you, it's going to be detrimental to who you are and what you do. In my case, for the Valet Parking Company, right, if you own a Valet Parking Company, you're just hiring whoever because, you know, okay, they have a clean license, whatever, and you just hire them. That's one thing, right? But if you're building real relationships with these people and they feel like they could trust you, they could call on you for advice, they could talk to you about personal matters, etc., that relationship means the world because now they're going to be more when you know that something needs to change and you want to implement that in your business, they're going to be more receptive to trying to help you implement that change, right? And those are the type of people that you want to work with and that you want to work for you, right? But it's the same thing in business, right? If I'm going to you and I want to offer you a valet parking service, it's one thing of me, you know, parking the cars outside, right? But me building that relationship with you is going to be so much different because now you're gonna now the relationship that we built, you're gonna feel more comfortable of referring me to more people to grow my business. You're gonna feel
because you're coming in and being honest, you're being loyal
because you know that I'm real. I'm real. I'm somebody that is looking out for you to the best of my ability, and you're gonna want to, for the most part, the most of the people, they want to kind of repay that debt. Like, man, this kid goes above and beyond for me. So what can I do for him when something knocks on my door that I can do for him?
And that's a direct reflection of your family and your parents and who they have made you over time. That's very touchy. Real. That's a very touchy subject and very real, bro. Like
it is. I mean, I'm grateful to have both my parents still here, and I have nothing but respect for the people who don't. And I don't even know if you want me to get into this. This is kind of like I'm kind of like a little shocked right now. I don't know that we're even doing this right now, but like, I've dealt with a lot of crazy phone calls in my life. I've gotten phone calls from some insane people. I'm not gonna lie, like insane people. I'm talking like millionaires, billionaires, like people that have heard about me and heard about what I do,
and just shocked you,
and it completely shocked me. The one that I had was the one for business was a call from, I'll say his name. His name is David Sanzari, and he is an inspiration to me. He is somebody who created, it's huge. He is doing it, man.
He's everywhere, bro.
Yeah, David Sanzari and Joe Sanzari, they're brothers. One owns a construction company, one's owned a real estate company. They are taking over New Jersey. They own every building, hospital, you name it. These guys are doing it. They got to be billionaires. But I remember waking up one morning, and it's like 8:30 in the morning, getting a random phone call, and I go, hello? He's like, hey, is this Anthony Scrafano? I'm like, speaking, how can I help you? And he goes, yeah, this is David Sanzari. Jump that.
Put a suit on. Put the shoes on. Brush your teeth. Hello? Where am I going?
What can I do for you? Like, where am I going? I'm yours. Yeah, done. Hello. Like, you know, crazy. Yeah. You know, those are the positive ones, right? But then there's scary ones.
Right.
And the scariest one that I ever gotten was, I hate to say it, but it's from you, bro. 2:30 in the morning. I worked the full day. Got out of work at 11. Went straight from work to the gym. Got to the gym at 12 o'clock at Signature. I remember like the back of my hand. Went to Signature Fitness. I trained chest that day, chest and tries. And I was sitting in my car, and I was listening to music and looking at what was still open for food. And I get a phone call from you. I'm like, what the fuck? Why is he calling me? It's 2:30 in the morning, whatever it was. And you were hysterical, and my heart dropped. I'm like, Brent, relax. Speak to me, bro. Breathe. Speak to me. What the fuck's going on? And I don't remember your exact words, but it was something on the lines of, how the fuck do I wake my little brothers up and tell them that their father is dead? And my heart sank to my fucking chest, bro. That was fucking crazy, man. I didn't know what to do. I froze. I didn't know what to say, what I could do. There was nothing that I think I could say to change it. And all I could do was show up, which is what I did. But yeah, I mean, bro, you you talk about crazy experiences, and you've dealt with it. You've dealt with it. I don't know. I mean, I think that was the switch that flipped for you. I knew you were a strong man. I knew your work ethic. Your work ethic was always ridiculous. But ever since that day, you turned into a different breed of human being. And I'm not saying this because, you know, I'm trying to stroke your ego on any sense. But Brent, you turned into a menace, bro. Your work ethic doubled, and it was already crazy. You started doing things that I didn't even know you had in you. You found a completely different industry. You ran with it, and you created something out of it. And I mean, bro, what was that like? Like, what did it? Like, what was the like? How did you get out of that, man? I mean,
it's hard to even make words out of it right now. And every second that is brought up And I hate to bring it up. Like, me and my mom and my brothers, like, it's something that we just don't like to bring up because in my eyes, he's still here. And he's still guiding us, and he's still protecting us in every aspect of our lives. And we all understand that. So we move in that way and that direction of him watching us. But the only way I got through it was understanding who he was as a person, what he's taught me. And granted, I didn't get to have a conversation with him as a man. And after I've been through all these trials and tribulations outside of his death, which put me out, which put me to the ground. And you heard me on the phone, bro. Like, I literally had no words. I had no direction of what to do next. I literally, in my head, what was going on, and I can't even really remember what happened that night. All I remember is really, like, you know, a few things, calling you pulling up on me, checking up on me at 3, 4 in the morning, making sure I was okay in that time of my life where I had no idea what to do next. I have 3 younger brothers that I love and want the best out of life.
But that type of responsibility changes you as a human being on waking up every morning.
It's a totally different world.
Yeah, like,
I'm in a totally different world right now.
The one thing is just like for me, the one thing that has built me, it was just like, and I say this all the time to you, you've heard it before a million times. It's just like when people ask me, like, I have conversations with the people who work for me for valet, and it's just like, bro, like, what did you do? Like, how did you find this point in your life? How did you get to the point where you are? And it's just like, it's not as, complicated as you think, but you have to be willing to do what everybody else doesn't want to do. You have to wake up every morning. And what do I say, Bren? You got to wake up and give 1,000% every fucking day.
And even if that 1,000% translates to 1%,
literally,
you're getting 1% better every single day.
Literally.
And we're grateful to have those people in our lives. You have your father that's still here that I'm able to learn from now because I don't have a father figure in my life anymore. I have one above me, but I don't want to have one physically here. So I'm able to learn from your father to son relationship. Yeah. And, I'm constantly pushing that.
You have to use the people that you're surrounded by to support you. Yes. Especially, like, man, when you're an entrepreneur, being an entrepreneur in the broad scheme of things is, at the end of the day, you're left with whatever is remaining, right? Whatever is remaining at the end of the day is yours. Now, on the good part of it, it's okay. Hypothetically speaking, this week the business did $20,000 in revenue. You had $8,000 of expenses. You made $12,000. You split it with your business partner. You made $6,000, right? But you did $10,000 of revenue, and you have $20,000 expenses. Now your business partner and yourself are in for $5K a piece, right? At the other part of it, not including money, all the shit that nobody wants to do, at the end of the day, the only person that's going to get it done is you. You have to be the person that deals with all the shit at the end of the day, all the terrible things of, damn, man, I really don't want to do that. Fuck, man, I really don't want to do that. The person that owns the company at the end of the day, he's going to have to do that. In my aspect, it was the one that hurts me the most, which I've talked about before, obviously, is like when I hire people that I'm close with, good friends with. I'm personally really, really, really good friends with people I've known for years, right? And they are just not good employees. They crash cars. They don't show up on time. They're wearing a proper uniform, whatever.
But it's your passion. Yes, it's not their passion.
Not. But then I have to fire that person because now you're a reason that's, is risking what I have going on. You're causing a problem what I have going on, right? So I have to remove you to make sure that what I built,
right?
What
they don't fit the puzzle piece.
My business partner and I put in all this pain to make something of ourselves, and you're, the thorn in the bush that I have to get rid of, or else,
right?
I'm risking losing business, and those conversations suck. But being the owner, you have to make those conversations, right? When you're going through the worst, that's when you change. That's when you change. When all hell is breaking loose, that's when you change. And for some people, it's a family loss. For some people, it is being
a big business
completely
loss
at rock bottom. Mm-hmm. But there's also a light when you're at rock bottom, right? I've had those times where we're looking at a bank account, it's negative 10K or 8K, overdrawn 8K in your bank account. You're looking at your, American Express credit card payment, and it's, you're $50,000 in debt to American Express, getting hammered with interest. You don't know how you're going to make it happen, but those are situations that change you. They make you work harder. They make you do extra to get to the point where you're okay. And for you, it was the loss of your father that flipped that script, to flip the switch, that got you back in action to make you do that extra thing, right? And the biggest thing is just like, for me, the one thing that I learned is like, if you wake up every morning you wake up, you give your 1,000%, but if you wake up every morning and instead of thinking, okay, what do I have to get done today? And you're getting done the bare minimum, or what you think is a lot, but in reality is bare minimum. If you start doing everything every day that you don't want to do, you wake up in the morning, what do I not want to do that I know will be productive? Even if it's something as simple, I don't want to do my laundry today, but getting it done. Why? Because you have to become disciplined enough to get everything done that you do not want to get done. If you do that for 60 days straight, I promise you will see progress. You want to go to the gym every day? Some people love going to the gym, but in the reality situation, it takes time out of your day. The meeting has to be clean. You're not eating junk food, fast food, nothing. Do you want to do that? No. But if you do that for 60 days straight and you could stay consistent with it, you will see a change in your body. Right. The same way in business, if you do that for 60 days straight, you will see a change in your business. You will see more profit. You will see what you want to see. But 90% of people, they're not willing to do that. They're not willing to make that change until something detrimental happens. And then they're saying, you know what? Fight or flight. It's time to get it done. Right. I saw this thing on Instagram, and it was Instagram Reel, and I hardly use social media nowadays. The biggest thing for me in this podcast, if this is what's actually happening, is like, I want to shine a light on the people who have found success and have grown real businesses and are making good money, but they have absolutely no social media presence. Right. There's people that are multimillionaires, billionaires, and you wouldn't know that. If I told you their name, you would have no idea who the hell they are.
But they're getting it done.
This guy owns the company that deals with the transactions between medical payments, making sure it's secure. $200,000 surgery. He gets paid for a transaction fee of when that person pays it, the insurance company pays for the surgery, and then the hospital taking the payment and sending it to the bank account. They get double transaction. Multimillionaire, billionaire. His name is not on social media. You can't find him.
And those are the people that we want to meet, and that we do put ourselves in the position to meet, because we realize that these people that have 3, 4, 5 million followers on Instagram, 90% of them aren't knowing what to do with those followers to generate the revenue to make 3, 4, $5 million in revenue. Where those people that don't use social media understand the concept of business, understand the concept of relationships, and can make that revenue without showing it on Instagram. And that's what people think that they have to do to make money. You don't have to have a social media platform to make money. Make money.
It definitely makes it a whole lot easier.
It does. And if I have 5 million followers on Instagram, best believe I'm making $1 million a month.
You have to. At that point, you have to. If you have that much following, you have that many people looking up to you, and you're not making that type of money, why are these people following you down any path that are listening to your advice if you're not doing anything with it? I mean, like, there's so many people that are quote-unquote social media influencers, and they have a couple 100,000 followers or 1 million followers, and they're not even making $10K a month. I mean, I'm saying $10K a month like it's a lot of money, but the reality situation, that's $120,000 a year. You can come out of college with a good career path and try to get close to 6 figures, right? But if you're not doing that and you have 5 million people follow you or 1 million people follow you, what are you doing, man? You give somebody that understands business and understands how to make things happen, 1 million followers, they're going to figure out how to capitalize on those 1 million followers no matter what, right? Absolutely. But those are the type of people that I want to meet. Those are the type of people. But at the same time, I also want to understand how some of these people have found that much success in social media. Social media is not an easy game to get into. I don't know too much about it, but the people who have found that type of success, like a good example is Steve. Steve Martinez. That guy is a menace. He is a tattoo artist, ridiculously gifted.
And mind you, he don't even like social media. But he knows how to work it. He knows how to do it.
He knows how to do it, but he has the business mentality. He will go to any means necessary to make something happen. Right. He's a smart man, and he is willing to do the dirty work that nobody else is willing to do to get it done, and that's why he's seeing success in what he's doing. Right. I love the stories of the young entrepreneurs who are making something happen out of thin air, that didn't have any financial backing, that didn't have anybody watching out for them, the people that just hustled and got it done. There's so many people nowadays that I realize it's just like they work, throughout the week, and they work some days on the weekend, so the following weekend they can go out and they can spend all their money at the club, And listen, there's nothing wrong with going out and having drinks and celebrating your wins and whatnot, but there are certain people that have absolutely no intentions other than making money so they could spend it on things to flex with nice cars and jewelry, half the time fake jewelry, and going out to clubs and whatnot. And, like, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with it. You live your life how you want to live it. But for me, I want my wife to be good. If she don't want to work, she don't got to work.
You're making money to take care of other people. I want
my kids to be able to get into any industry they want. I want my kids, if you find a hobby, you like snowboarding, okay, let's see what we can do. I'm gonna give you the ability to try this. If it doesn't work, okay, but I got you. Mm-hmm. Because no matter what, your children are a reflection of you, right? And I'm telling you right now, there's nobody in this planet that wants you to do better than them more than your father or your mother.
Right.
Your parents' main course of action is to make sure that whatever life that they live, that you live a better life than them. That is their main role as a parent.
There's
That's the one thing that they put in my life.
No one in this world that wants you to do better.
If you figure out a way to make millions of dollars, then you need to figure out a way to make that your son is making or your daughter is making more than that and is doing better than that, right? That's your goal as a parent, and that is a huge reflection.
Let me ask you this. As a business professional walking into, let's say, interviews or into business proposal meetings, just pitching an idea, what is the first impression that's you want to give to someone when you walk into a meeting?
Oh, that's easy.
I already have the answer in my head.
Say it on three. Say it on three. 1, 2, 3.
Handshake.
Yeah, bro, that shit is detrimental. Look.
You have to, the handshake.
Look, there's the one thing that I've noticed over time, especially being in the world that I'm in, because a lot of people that I deal with, they don't really, the small things mean the world to them, right? Mm. And it was just like, bro, the handshake is everything. Because, all right, say for example, I go to shake your hand. I'm like, oh, Brent, it's a pleasure to meet you. Look at my arm right now. Yeah, my arm is fully extended.
You're greeting me.
I'm coming to you, bro. It's a pleasure to meet you, right? Mm-hmm. But if you're here now, look.
Yeah, I'm coming to you.
You're coming to me. Right. You're asserting dominance. Right. As much as to the outside world, it looks like a handshake, but in the reality of businessmen, that is dominance. Your hand is here. You have to come greet me, or you have to take a step closer and get right into my face,
right,
and say, my name is Anthony Scrafano.
I like that.
Right?
I like that.
It is detrimental. And some people shake hands and they're like, it's a little floppy fish. Like I'm shaking.
They get three fingers in there.
They're like I'm shaking. Like, you know, like, come on, man. You know, I've met some women that
aren't going to close the deal that way.
That shake hands better than some of these men out here. And these guys could be like big bodybuilders and they shake my hand. It's like a puppy dog. And it's just like, man, that's the first impression. For my world, it's a little bit different because when I host an interview or somebody come in and work in valet, I feel like I could teach somebody something, right? You come in and you're not dressed in business casual. It doesn't matter what job you're working. You show up and you're coming up to a job interview. You come in business casual. Right. You shake my hand with a firm handshake. You introduce yourself, right? Other people, they show up and they're in shorts and a sweatpants. So if you're not going to take me serious, you're not going to take my business seriously, then get the fuck out of my office and go find another fucking job.
Right.
I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a fuck who you know. You're coming into my work. You're looking for something from me.
Right.
Right?
So impress me.
Right. Show me something. Why do you deserve to go out there and make $500 a night at a steakhouse working valet parking for me? Why? Why are you that person? Why am I looking to you to trust with my business, right? That's huge. That is huge.
That's something that we preach, and at least I know between me and you, we preach every single day is look good, feel good, play good. Yeah. We got to look good every single day when we get dressed in the morning, whether that's you wearing a suit to show up to work every morning, whether that's me wearing a suit to go to a business meeting. And then our routine. How are we prepping to go out to speak to people? Are we brushing our teeth in the morning? Are we freshening up with cologne? Are we wearing deodorant? Do we have a routine in the morning to set us up for success for the rest of the day? Are we eating breakfast in the morning? Are we making sure that we're having lunch? And you know,
million variables.
Yes, there's so many variables within our lifestyle where we have to build habits so we can be successful. Yeah. This is not just one direction. We're not just running a business. We're running a business, but then we're also running our own life. We have to make sure that we have all these steps in place so that it's one conglomerate of success.
Yes. The biggest thing, I mean, I say this all the time too. That's another thing. It's like making your bones.
Yes.
Right. I'd say this to all my friends. It's just like whenever somebody comes up to me with an idea or they want to do something or they want to change their life, they want to be their own boss. No matter what you want to get into, depending on the industry, it takes something, right? And it doesn't matter what you're doing. If you want to get into real estate, you want to start buying houses, what do you need, Bren?
You need the bones.
You need the bones. You need some money. You need some money. You need some money to make that happen, right? So no matter what industry you're in, no matter what you're trying to do, you need to make your bones. You need to get yourself to a point where you're consistent in what you're doing. You need to show up. You need to be responsible. You need to be outworking everybody else. You need to prove why you're that person, right? And that's making your bones. You have to figure out your way to make your first $100,000 for the year. Right. Make your first $250,000 for the year.
We all have that business that we're working on right now to then fund other avenues where we can make moves together, whether that's real estate, whether that's other investments.
Whatever it is. Some companies have a lot of upside. A valet parking company could be scaled into multiple states, multiple areas. I mean, you could scale a hospitality something in the hospitality industry to be a publicly traded company.
But every industry has some sort of ceiling.
Yes.
we meet that ceiling, and then if you don't have other people to then not rely on, but like make moves with, what are you doing
next? It's
next?
not going to grow alone. There's only so much that you can do as one person.
I need to know
people.
you and your business partner and one other person to then make a move on an investment property, so then we can make another $100,000 each. Yeah. Then we can move on to another investment property or another investment.
Yeah, that's where that one person comes in. That one person. There is somebody out there. I will tell you this. There is one person out there that you are going to meet that is going to change your fucking life. Now,
take the opportunity.
Yes, but your parents will be, heroes to you, good role models, whatnot. But there's going to be somebody who sees something in you that you don't even see in yourself, and that person will change your life. For me, it was my business partner, Rafael Krupa. That man is an absolute menace. He's middle-aged. He's still young, but he's got 2 kids, wife, beautiful home now. But that guy is a dog. I don't know what it is, but that man's work ethic is absolutely insane. He works more hours than most valets that we have hired, and he has 2 kids and family at home. He puts in the same amount of hours in the office. He gets everything done that he needs to get done. And, sometimes it feels like I got to keep up with him. And I'm the 23-year-old. You know what I mean? But that person, he changed the way that I think, the way that I operate. He kept me on my toes. He changed the way that I spoke, the way that I carried myself. He changed the way that I treat people. He changed me, and he gave me the opportunity to do so, right? Mm-hmm. Those type of people are detrimental to your career. And half the time, there could be another person that I'm going to meet that is going to do that for me. Another person that's going to help us take the next step, me and my business partner, right? But meeting that person, man, it's crazy. But the only way that somebody's going to see that in you is if you're actively doing something to prove yourself, right? If you're working a valet parking job, right, it seems like something simple. But for me, I was 17. I was working a normal valet parking job. But I was the person that Rafael called when he needed something. When he needed to get something done, I was his first phone call. He needed more people hired. He came to me. Right, and it built that type of relationship, that type of trust, and that's where we became partners. But if it doesn't matter what you're doing, it doesn't matter what industry, and you have to give your all because you have no idea who's watching, man.
Take opportunities. More of the story is like you have to take the opportunity that's in front of you to then reach a level that you want to reach.
But the opportunities are going to come from your work ethic.
Your work ethic.
I have a stack of business cards right now in my office. I could go get them right now. There's a stack of business cards that I got from working valet parking because people see me sprint after every single vehicle, speaking to people, going the extra mile, carrying, flowers for parties out the car. These people, they're looking for somebody with good work ethic, right? Because it is very easy to put somebody in a seat that has good work ethic and train them to be the person that you need, no matter what their resume say, no matter what jobs they work, no matter what. You find somebody that is going to go above and beyond for you, that person is rare because keeping that person to work for you is going to be very difficult because somebody that has that type of work ethic, they're going to go and they're going to start something on their own because they know that they can do it.
We are going to take a quick commercial break to showcase the leading valet company in the tri-state area, Express Valet. They service the biggest country clubs in North Jersey, as well as catering halls, restaurants, steakhouses, private events, you name it, they service it. They just do it better than any other valet company. They have professional customized equipment for a more personalized experience, expedited on-call service, and an experienced staff with over 150 plus employees and growing daily. If you or anybody you do know is looking for a valet company, Express Valet is the company to go with. They have a great service at a fair price that is unbeatable. Call them for a quote today or just to hear some more information. Or if you're looking for a job, feel free to reach out. Call them at 201-490-6812. Or you can email them at admin@expressvaletnewjersey.com. And don't forget to tell them Brennan sent you. We are back.
Are we?
We are. We're back. We're so back. We were just talking about work ethic and what it takes to be someone who actually puts in the work. But I have something else I want to talk about. Let's forget about the business aspect of things.
You're gonna remember to charge the camera battery next time. Right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
As long as we got that.
My fault.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. I'm terrible at my job.
Let me ask you a question. That's it. Let me ask you a question.
All right, we're switching things up.
Yeah, let me ask you a question. In 2023, let's see. In 2023, what is the one thing that you spent way too much money on that you knew damn well that you shouldn't spend money on? Like guilty pleasure, like, damn, bro. Like, come on, what's that one thing?
I don't even gotta think.
Cars?
Women. Man, bro. If I had a calculator to dictate how much money I spent on women, I don't even want to look at it, to be honest, but I know that chasing that pleasure of women can put a big dent in your bank account. And I learned that lesson. I learned that lesson with my significant other. You know, someone that I wanted to please very much so every single day, but didn't receive anything in return. That is something that I learned my lesson from and will make sure I move forward that I don't make that same mistake. Because there is a woman out there that will hold it down in my corner that won't drain my bank account.
We're really getting into this tea right now. This is some tea.
Nah, I got some shit to say. Yeah, no.
Speak up.
Because I know for a fact that, I mean, I've been single for a year and a half, almost 2 years now. I was in a relationship for 3 years off and on, I think 4 years, where it was very, 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 very good. I was in love. Like, that was my girl, that was baby girl. Like, we were holding it down. She was the love of my life. I saw everything and some within our future. But there was that part of the relationship where I wasn't fulfilled. Because I am a business owner. I do put all my effort and energy into my business, but I also have a woman to take care of on this side of things. And those are two different stresses.
Women can be something. Yeah. I mean, whether we're both lucky enough to actually have experienced love at first sight.
Right.
I mean, I know I am. I know I have. I mean, bro, that story still runs in the back of my head sometimes. Bro, I literally, like, the second I saw that girl, bro, I ran up Alex Pryor. Bro, who the fuck is that upstairs? Yeah. Like, oh my god, no, bro. Like, he's like, what? Who? I was like, I don't fucking know. But I'm fucking marrying her, bro. Yeah. Like dead ass too. I was not even joking. You could see it. Like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yep.
But yeah,
we learned our lesson from the relationships that we were in. I mean, you had a relationship that was
3 years, almost 3 years, not even 3 years, 2 years and a couple months. But man, some guys have done it. Like, what's the guy's name? Alex
Hormozzi.
Hormozzi.
I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but
he is a menace to society. He is a smart man, but he had a woman by his side from
Christian Guzman too.
Yeah. Conor McGregor.
Girls just held it down.
Riding on a bus with him to riding the Lamborghini or the Rolls Royce Cullinan.
Where money is just not an object to them. It's just
it's amazing.
Who you are as a person and what you bring to the table as a human being with your personality.
Being in the business world though, like, listen, we're both entrepreneurs, right? But there's people who experience completely different levels of business. When you're running an 8-digit, 9-digit, company, that's a completely different world than running a 7-digit company or a 6-digit company, right? But having a woman by your side while you're trying to make something like that happen is detrimental to what you are doing, right? If you have the right woman by your side who supports you and will go to any means necessary to make sure that you're okay and actually genuinely believes in what you are doing, no matter how bad it gets.
So special.
It's special, man. It's special, but it also motivates the fuck out of you because even when things are going wrong, you want it so badly to go right because you know that you'll be able to take care of her, take care of your children, that your kids are never going to have to worry about, Daddy can't come to my baseball game because he has to go to work for his boss. Like, no, he works for himself.
And a woman in a man's life is everything. Like,
everything.
that's the end goal. We want to have kids. We want to have a wife. We want to have someone that can take care of our kids and teach them the right morals that we also.
For me, I feel like everybody asks me, like, what's your type? Like, everybody has a type, right? But for me, it's just like I want to be able to have conversations with you, like conversations like I have with you or with other people that are in business that actually understand things, without having to dumb something down. Right? I don't have to dumb down what I'm thinking in my brain, so my wife or my girlfriend can understand it. Right? I want her to be on that same page, that same playing field, even if she's not in business, but she just has the mental capacity to understand what I'm saying.
Right.
Take it, because in the future, when you're married to her, when you have to make some big decisions in business, she is going to be a huge role in that decision, right? And she's going to have some influence.
Be a part of that decision.
Yeah, she's going to have influence in the decision so if you're marrying the wrong person that is going to help you make the wrong decision or influence you in the wrong way, that's everything.
Man, and that's what we're talking about: draining pockets or filling pockets. Like,
there is nothing more attractive, nothing in this world that is more attractive than an independent woman, and that is everything. I mean. It's like if you find a woman who you know damn well doesn't need you, she's good on her own, man. There's nothing more attractive because she is deciding that she wants to be with you, man. Oh my God, man, I'm talking.
And there's not many out there like that.
Not.
Like, I mean, we've run into women like that, but they've become more personal friends of us just because they're, you know, we have a type.
I don't want to say personal friends. I don't really have any personal friends that are women that are doing. I don't really. I mean, I have a couple, but
we have some women that are friends that are doing their own thing, and we respect them as women, but they're not our type.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say close friends, but there are women out there that we just haven't found yet. That let me know if you're out there.
Listen, I mean, there's also like that stage in your life where, like, if you know you need to be alone, then that's what it is.
And we are locked in, bro.
Like, what do you like? I mean, for me, I was in a relationship, right? So I experienced what it was like to be in a really good, healthy relationship. Man, it was amazing. It was amazing, really. Like, it's like nothing out of this world. Like, you feel secure, like that safety net. Like, knowing damn well, like, she's not with me for my money.
Yeah.
Because at the time, I didn't really have any money. Right?
Yeah.
I was a dweeb. I wasn't even going to the gym. I was like $140. Like, I was a tiny little human being. Like, who am I? I'm nobody. But she was head over heels for me and loving me, right?
Yeah.
And knowing for a fact that she was good if we were in a multi-million-dollar house or if we were living in an apartment together. Like, that was good to know.
That's so
that she was rocking with me no matter what. But over time, it's like when you're running a business and things start, you know, turning the other way and things start getting bad and you become very stressed out and a lot of anxiety and a lot of things are bothering you. If you have a woman that's adding to that anxiety and she's adding to, you know, the stress factor in your life, there's one or two options. One, you just completely get rid of her. Or two, you say, you know what, okay, is it me that is causing the problem? Which you have to take, you know, responsibility for things that you've done wrong if you were in a relationship and whatnot. Absolutely. If you can't, then you're not a man. You know, I take complete responsibility. I know for a fact that there were things that I said.
Even if you don't fully comprehend it in that moment.
Yes. But, you know, in my previous relationship, no doubt there's things that I said that I shouldn't have said. There are ways that I act that I shouldn't have acted. Absolutely.
Human beings.
Yeah, absolutely. People make mistakes, right? People 1,000% make mistakes. But the right person is going to rock by your side. Now, even if you break up with that person, she's not just going to go out and etc. You know, she's gonna figure it out on her own. She's gonna become independent, and she's gonna get stronger, and then maybe you find your way back together. But in other scenarios, it's just like you go from your main motivation being, okay, I have a girl I need to support, and you know, I want her to be the wife of my children, etc. Blah blah blah. To okay, that aspect is not in my life anymore. And now you have to rewire your brain on what motivates me. What am I? Why am I motivated for more? Right? What is that main reason I'm motivated for more? And that question is something that goes through, I think, everybody's head day to day, right? Unless you have a wife and children and whatnot. Why are you doing this? Why are you completely dedicating your life to just strictly working and making sure that you're a strong, independent, you know, man? You know, what is that reason? And rewiring your brain, that is something that is not an easy task. But for some people, I think they need that in their life. They need that heartbreak motivation, because you watch a guy that's in the gym, he goes to the gym consistently, but he might not be eating right. And then all of a sudden, his heart's broken. Sheesh. Watch that man's physique change. Watch him go from benching, you know, 225 for 10 to benching, you know, 315 for 10. You know, like, those changes will happen because they have that extra motivation. Like, I can't believe she did that to me. I can't believe this happened. That extra little bit of anger will push you to that next level. But holding on to that and using that emotion to drive yourself there, and then even when that emotion fades away, holding on to that work ethic and that determination to get it done, that's going to be detrimental to what you're doing, I feel like.
And there's a lot of young men out there that go through these tough times and are lost. Like, they'll sit there and be like, wow, I'm not good enough.
Yeah.
Wow, I, you know, wasn't the right person for her in that situation. But, like, at the end of the day, bro, like, that person was a lesson for you to find the right person for you. Like, you have now a mission to work on yourself. That was a lesson for you and a wake-up call to realize that you have to work on yourself more. There's a lot more shit that you need to work on to then find that person.
You'll probably start meeting some more cool people when you get it too.
And bro, when you, and it sucks in that moment, but when you break up with your girlfriend or she breaks up with you, you now open a whole different world of opportunities.
Yeah. Right, we would have met half the people that we met. We would have never met. Bro.
I wouldn't be where I'm at if I didn't.
Jack and Henry, never would have met him. Steve, probably would have never met him.
Nope.
Ryan, I would have never met if it wasn't for Chris. The people
Our
I'm
life would
with
have been totally
now,
different.
I mean, like, Jack and Henry, man, they're killing it.
Killing it.
They're
doing set after set, city after city after city.
They're taking over. They're going to take over the planet. Those dudes are killing it.
21 years old too, bro.
Steve's killing it. Bro, that man is a gifted
best artist in the world. Claim that.
Claimed. He tattoos insanely good, man. Insanely good. He does phenomenal work. But he is also a mastermind when it comes to social media, marketing, etc.
And what people don't know, bro, is he was tattooing in dorm rooms for free for years.
Yep.
And now people want to realize that he's good at what he does just because it's out there on social media, but they don't see what he was doing 2-3 years ago in the dorm room, scratching on people's skin.
Yeah, there's some people that really did capitalize on social media. Noelle Leva.
She's killing it, man.
She went to college with her. Went to college with her. She figured out she dropped out and blew up on social media, but she capitalized on what she built, and now she's bought her own house.
Around friend groups.
She's surrounded by good people. Bought her own crib. Got a G-Wagon, whatever she's got going on. I don't even know. But she capitalized on what she had going on. Right. No matter what, even if you found some success, you could blow up on social media and not make $1 from it. You could do that. But if you're smart and you have that, determination, you have that mindset to make it happen, you're gonna capitalize on what you have in front of you.
Right.
And we're grateful enough to have some people that we know that capitalize on the opportunities that were given to them, and it's really, really cool to see. I love those stories of young entrepreneurs.
And I don't ever want people to be discouraged because they don't necessarily have that right now. Yes, she's 22 years old. Yes, you're 22 years old doing what you're doing. Yes, Steve's 23 years old doing what he's doing, and so on. But it may not happen right now. It may happen when you're 30, but be grateful when it happens when you're 30. There's a lot of some people put the pieces in the puzzle. And it happens the way it happens.
But you gotta be grateful too. You gotta be grateful for even if you, you gotta be grateful for when you're in that seat when you don't have anything. Because when you don't have anything, what do you have to lose? I know we talked about this before, but what do you really have to lose? Go try something. If you have nothing, it can't really get much worse. If you don't got $1,000 to your name, how bad could it really get?
The biggest thing I can preach, man, is risk. I've taken a lot of risk in life. Calculated. Yes, but taking risk in life and taking opportunities with people that you may I met someone. Alright, let's run this back a little bit in my life. But I met someone right before COVID happened. COVID happened in what, 2021?
2020, I think.
2020. So I met someone previously before COVID, and COVID happened, and the world just shut down. And I took the risk to move out to Florida and put myself in the position to have to pay rent, to have to meet people to make money, to not have food on my plate and have to put food on my plate. Taking that risk then propelled me to the next level where I moved back, chased my football dreams, chased my football career, and then moved on. That door closed. Then I chased my career within marketing and built my company to where it's at now, and continuously building. But taking those risks and missing out on temporary fun, where I could have stayed in New Jersey and partied every weekend, but I decided to put my back on the table and have $0 in my bank account and try and figure it out.
Yeah.
Those are the risks that I feel people need to take, calculated, to reach those next levels.
There's a lot of things that are going to change you as a human being and things that you do. Some people just aren't okay with taking crazy risks, and that's okay.
That's okay.
That's okay.
There's a life for them to live.
If you're a person who has a lot of anxiety and you're dealing with a lot of emotion and you know that you can't because you're gonna fold, for a second, then ease into it.
Yeah.
Ease into it. Don't think that you're gonna become the next Jordan Belfort in the next 5 days, right? Ease into it, but start doing things to take yourself out of that comfort zone. Whether that's going to the gym, whether that's rock climbing, whether that's going snowboarding for the first time, whatever that may be, get yourself out of that comfort zone and train yourself so you feel like you have the ability to start doing things that you normally wouldn't do, because that is what's going to change you as a human being. When you start doing all the things that you normally wouldn't do. If it's not working right now, there's obviously something that you're not doing.
Right. There's that missing piece that you gotta put into play to make sure that shit's working.
Yeah, you have to. Or else what?
Yeah.
Or else what?
But mind you can't figure that shit out by yourself. Granted, there are multiple occasions where I think I can figure this shit out by myself, but there's always a question that I can ask you that you can help me implement something into my business or my life to then propel me to that next level.
Sometimes it's good to just have that outside perspective, that eagle eye to you, because sometimes when you get so clouded up, and what you have going on, you don't even realize that the answer is so simple. I love that. if you're looking, I don't really watch TV, but there was that one show that I watched. It was a documentary on Uber, right? And the way that it started off as Uber Cab, right? And Uber Cab was, they were, changing the game. They were trying to, take business away from taxis. The towns were against them. Everything. They were getting lawsuit and fine after fine after fine after fine. They couldn't figure out a solution. They thought they were going to go bankrupt. And I don't remember the guy's name, but he basically came to them and he changed it from being Uber Cab, bankrupted the company, completely bankrupted the company Uber Cab, and turned it into Uber. Just Uber. No cab. Just Uber. It's an app. It's an app where you can pick somebody up and drop them off, but it's not technically a taxi cab service. Now they can't get fined. Now all that money that they own in fines, fees, etc., all washed away. They started from net zero, but net zero at zero, that restarting point at zero, is way better than being negative millions of dollars in debt and whatnot, right? And then now look, now Uber's everywhere. You go to any company, you get Uber, and more companies came from it, Lyft, etc., right? Yep. But that simple thing of somebody that came in, that was a CEO of another company or whatever he did, that gave him that outside perspective on what he could do and how simple the solution really was, it changed the game. Right. Now, don't get me wrong, there's probably more in detail of that story. It's not that simple, but in the long scheme of things, that's what it really was, right? Having that outside perspective on looking into your life and maybe not telling, like, Brent, you have to do it this way. You tell an entrepreneur you have to do it this way, he's not going to want to do it because if you're an entrepreneur, you work for yourself, you're never going to let another man tell you have to do this way or else. Right. But you give somebody, the advice and then they interpret that advice however they want. They might twist it another way and, make of it what they want, but they will make the necessary change from something that was given to them most likely. Right. And that's very, very, very powerful to have. Somebody who supports you that also has that mindset, that. But you also have to respect that opinion enough to take it, right? Because if you're in a closed off mental, state of mind where nobody can tell me nothing, I know what I'm doing, right? If you have that type of mentality, good luck, brother. You might find some success, but you're never going to reach your potential because you're not willing to take any advice from other people.
Yeah, you're closing too many opportunities off from yourself.
You gotta walk through opportunities, not close them off. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a very, 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 very scheme.
I'm very grateful for everything that we bring ourselves to, not that we ask for anything. Yeah. We put ourselves in the positions to find these opportunities.
It's your circle, man. Yeah, it's your circle. It's your circle. It's the circle of people that you're surrounded by. It's the people that you allow into your life. And as you get older, you're going to notice that your circle shrinks. The same way that if you knew somebody in college when you were in high school, they told you, you're not going to have most of your friends when you come out of high school. And you're like, get out of here. I'm going to know those guys for the rest of my life. Oh. How many people do you know from high school?
None. If I'm being real, none.
And then
I know them, but
you don't know them. You got a couple high school friends. If you're grateful, if you're lucky, more than 5, right? And then you get out of college, you meet all those people in college. I leave college, I don't know these guys. All these guys are gonna be my.
Then you have a couple of people that
And then you leave college, and you're 6 months out of college, and you realize not a single fucking one of them got your back. You got 1 or 2. The rest of them don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about what the fuck you're doing. They're not gonna support you. They're not gonna look out for you. They ain't gonna pick up the fucking call. And then next thing you know, you post a new car on social media.
And those comments.
Oh my God! Tony Cop, the M4 cop. Let me call him and see if he wants to get lunch. Suck my fucking dick. Get the fuck off my dick, bro. Like, number 1, I haven't made it in this world to the extent that I want to. Number 2, I haven't done a quarter of things that I fucking want to do. But who the fuck thought that you had the fucking audacity? We graduated from college. You don't want to speak to me for fucking 8 months. I tried calling you. I tried going out to lunch. And then you saw a $100,000 whip posted. You saw that I bought my best friend from kindergarten a brand new Durango with the help of my business partner, obviously. And now you want to go out for lunch? Get the fuck out of here. Those people respectfully could eat a Frank. That's what I like saying. They could eat a fucking Frank. Because those people are leeches. Those people are leeches, man. They're leeches. They want to now come back into your life because everybody wants to bet on the good horse. If you're a female, what's attractive is the person who, even if he doesn't have it, you think that he has the potential to get it done. The women want to bet on the person that they think is going to win the fucking race. The men want to be friends with other men that are going to win, that are going to do things that help them meet people. That's who people bet on. It's a cruel fucking world that you got to be careful about who you let in your circle. Right. Your circle's got to be small. It's got to be small because 90% of them, like I said, if you don't call them, you don't text them, you're not posting on social media, they don't know what's going on in your life, they reaching out? They really got that love for you? They don't got that love for you. They don't give a fuck about you. Then you post something. Oh, shit. Let me call him. Oh, shit, what's going on, bro?
It's a cruel world, man.
Cruel world, bro. Cruel fucking world. But there are some people out there, man, that they're going to care. They're going to care about who you are, what you do, even when things are terrible. When you're on the ledge, they're going to talk you off that ledge. There are real people out there, so don't get me wrong. There are real fucking people out there. But keeping those people around, even when all hell's breaking loose, making sure those people are still in your life, absolutely nothing wrong with it. But there's a whole lot more out of there. There's a whole lot more out there. They're going to try to use you for what you have and what you're becoming, and it's a fucking sad part of this world to look at. But
I think it gets worse and worse.
I'll cut that conversation off because that shit pisses me off, respectfully.
No, I can see it. I can feel it. I feel the energy right now. You're kind of scaring me right now.
My fault.
Nah, but it's real, bro.
It's real.
It's something that I deal with a lot and have dealt with a lot, and you obviously have dealt with. Yeah. It's what it is, and everyone watching this deals with it, whether that's one person or 20 people or hundreds of people. They deal with it. Yeah. People that,
I think we need to get some other people on here that are going to touch on these subjects, because some of these conversations can get very, 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 very deep.
And if they don't want to hear it from us, they can hear it from them.
Yeah, maybe if they don't trust us enough to say it, if we put somebody here that's making a couple $1 million a year, they might trust it.
Yeah, we got a few. We got more than a few people that we can put on here.
So we doing this again, though? This has been fun.
Yeah, we do. We could put a couple more people in the chairs. Or we might not even be in the same location.
No, we'll probably be somewhere else.
We might be at, I'm not even going to name it. You're going to say it, but...
Aspen. Cali.
I could travel and do this.
Switzerland.
Yeah.
Italy.
Yeah.
Dublin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where are we going?
Yeah.
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 Let's run.
Alright, we're going to run it. We're going to do a lot more of these in a lot more locations. I'm personally going to Italy with him in September, so you can assume to see some of those.
Taking wedding date applications.
I'm his plus one. But you could be his plus one, and I'll take a plus one too.
We find a baby girl in Italy. She's there.
That's where I'm going to find my wife.
Baby girl is there. Oh my god, I can't wait to try those meatballs.
My. Yeah. Hold on, moment of silence for the meatballs. I can't wait to have more people on here, man. We're going to have a lot of great conversations, a lot of great business conversations, but also just real life scenarios. Like where people have been in life, where they're at in life now, and what it took for them to get there. I'm excited to have those conversations. I know you have a lot of people in your contact list that you're going to, bring on to this.
There's some cool people I know would love to do this.
And I have a lot of people in my contact list, whether that's
Listen, bro, we changed one person. I'm good, bro. One person takes something from this.
You right there.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
whoever it is, it takes one. If one person takes something from this, because these are conversations that me and him have on a day to day, But if there's one person that can take something from this, great. If not, then
we'll move on.
So be it.
And we're gonna keep doing it.
So be it.
Thank you for watching the Motivated for More podcast, Anthony. I love you, bro. Thank you so much for being on here. This is one of many.
One love.
One love. That's a great movie, by the way. I heard.
One Love?
Yeah, but it's called One Love by Marley. Yeah, it's in theaters right now. Let's go watch it. Alright. Thank you for watching the Motivate for More podcast. We're about to go watch a movie in theaters. Not a date, but
it's low-key a date.
Low-key a date. Peace out. Love you guys.
Peace.
Thank you so much.
Much love.